Darcy, because you've
Very
been so.
cool.
I've been. I mean, I play mandolin, but I'm listening to you for 2 days, and it's just so much of the same. And anyway, so I came back just to hear you talk.
It's all the same, really, isn't it?
Well, it really is, and I mean, ultimately, it comes down to that. Debaran is the same too. It's just, it's like all just the same thing. But I am going to put up the sheet music for the
Ooh,
tune Inish. What is it? What is the name of your Inish?
that's a really great question. I don't know how to say it. If in English, and actually, I don't even know how the Irish say it. It's herbal shanty. It's
Ah,
the
okay.
name of a town,
Ah,
and I'm guessing that it's the town that the composer is from. So the composer of our oh, thank you, Zia. Um, uh, the composer is Donald McKay. He's a young guy. Um, who I heard 1,000 years ago, and I wrote him off as I heard one note off of him, and I wrote him off as a Tommy Peoples copy. And then a couple years later, I actually listened to his album, and oh my God, what a wonderful fiddler!
you took it all
Um,
back.
I don't know what I was thinking. Um, anyway, but yeah, so Herbal Shanny, I know he's from Monaghan. I know his brother is a little bit better.
Ah,
How do you spell his name? It'll be on the it'll be on the sheet music. Oh, and Zia said that she would do the questions.
yeah. So I'm just gonna listen.
Um, but yeah. So oh, his name is Donald McKaig. I don't know if I said that. In fact, I could write it. I'll write it because it's a slightly strange name. It's not the most strange as far as Irish names go. Oh, someone already beat me to it. Cool. Well, maybe as people are showing up, we can just play through the old tune, warm up with that one, and then we'll launch into the new jig. Okay. Am I coming through loud and clear? Oh, I think somebody might not be muted because I'm hearing an echo. All right. So, fin bar Dwyers as people start arriving. Here goes. How does it go even? Yes, I remember. Okay. Woo. Okay. Does anyone want to say anything about that tune, or should we just jump into the new jig? For those of you who haven't been here, we learned this reel Finbar Dwyer's the last couple days, and the videos will be available. Actually, I don't know where they're going to be available, but I give my explicit permission for you all to share it, and or for Lark to share it with everybody. Just don't make billions off of it.
I'm pretty sure it goes on the website ultimately. Like we're all recording it and then sharing it with a folder, and then Will is gonna do something in a convenient place. I'm guessing it'll go
We'll
on.
have access.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because I don't know about you guys, but for me, it takes me a few, maybe weeks or a few times to absorb a tune entirely. So I always take the video or the music with me, and I need refreshers in order for it to stick. Okay. Oh yeah, so I asked, does anyone want to talk about that tune at all, or shall we move into the jig? Susan.
Hardly worth mentioning, but the little last two bars has morphed from the sheet music.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a problem. I think it's a nice illustration of a type of variation one could do. Right?
Yeah, but good point.
But it's not really a mistake.
No. Yes. Yeah, that's a good thing to bring up, because and it's going to be the same for the jig. What I've written down is something that I play once, and then every other time that I play it, I'm always looking for other notes to play, other variations. I'm playing around the tune. So these are all suggestions. So these are all suggestions for people to use, and I recommend that you learn it this way and then move on, or go from there. Do something else. Figure out another variation yourself. All right, I see some pleas for the jig, and also the jig sheet music in the chat. I know there's always been a wizard out there who's put the sheet music link in the chat, and I wonder if that wizard will be kind enough to do it again. In the meantime, I'm going to play this jig for all of you. I'm not going to even try to say the name. It's in Irish, and Irish is on my list of things to learn, but I haven't quite gotten there yet. For those of you who are just joining, I believe that, or I know that this is the Irish for Herbal Shanny, which is a place in County Monaghan, which is where the composer is from. And the composer is a lovely guy named Donal McCaig. I totally recommend checking out his music. You can buy his album on Bandcamp. He has a beautiful, beautiful album with a flute player named Tommy Fitzharris. And he also has a solo album. I forget the name of it, but both are really good, great sources for tunes, and just a really lovely lilty style. And without further ado, here is this jig that I fell in love with, and it just speaks to my soul. I hope you guys like it too. So there's that jig. Herbal shanty. Maybe. Don't take my pronunciation. All right, so let's just jump in there. I'll play a phrase. I think that I predict this is going to be a lot easier than the reel. I think it lines up a little bit more normally, phrase-wise. So yeah, I'll play half a phrase, and then the second half, and then we'll put the phrase together. Well, you know how it goes. All right, so. First phrase. I'm doing an ornament there. I always do that ornament. I think it sounds really good, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. I'll try to take it out for a second just so we can get the notes. If I did it. Next phrase. That's actually kind of a complete phrase, I think. So this is the start of a new phrase. In slow motion, I'm having trouble staying with my written out bowing, but I'm going to try to be a little bit better. So slur first. Again. Let's put those both together. So first phrase, I'll remind you, goes like this. Let's check in. Do you want to loop that? Do you want shorter phrases? Or shall we go on? No one has an opinion.
Some people, it looks like people are saying loop it. Is that the symbols I was seeing?
Loophole phrase. Mark said loophole phrase, and I think Susan agrees.
Yeah, and Debbie was motioning, so.
Okay, good. Awesome. Thank you, Zia. All right, so I'm going to loop the whole phrase. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to add some ornaments because right now it doesn't feel like it makes sense. So I'm doing a roll on that first note. We talked about rolls quite a bit in the last couple class. I'll do one more. All right, I'm having trouble keeping the bowing going for those of you who are following the bowing stuff. And I think it's a good example of how fluid the bowing is. Like, if for instance, in the very first measure, I have written out these 3/8 notes slurred together. But I found myself when I was playing it slow, I wanted to go. Which sounds a little bit stickier. Neither is correct, neither is less Irish sounding, or they're just how you want to phrase it, really. So I'd say that you can decide for yourself, but I'd say that the eighth note slurred together without that break has like a little more forward motion, so versus if I put that break on the 3/8 notes, break the last one away. So there's an example of a different bowing and an alternative bowing that you could use, and it really is just depending on the feel that you want. What I wouldn't do is slur everything. Like that. I'd say when in doubt, separate bows.
I have a question here from Darcy?
Yes.
I have a question here from Donna, who was asking, what does arrive on the A mean in measure 3?
Great question. That has to do with the phrasing. Do we want to talk about that now, or shall we learn the tune and then I'll talk about the like heavy, breathe, swell, that type of stuff a little bit later? Or right, we could do it as we go. Zia, can you take the temperature of the crowd?
I'm not seeing large amounts of agreement of either way. Like, people are not responding. You gotta decide.
We have two. Let's learn tune first. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Okay, so arrive has a meaning, and we'll find out later. So let's I'll just to get myself oriented, I'm gonna play that phrase that we just learned, and then let's learn the next phrase. So here we go. So the next phrase, we're gonna start on that third finger again. In fact, this is another one of those like one phrase ends, other phrase starts using the same note. So I'm gonna overlap a little bit. I'm backtracking one note. There's the new phrase. In fact, I'm going to do additive. I'm going to add 2 notes. And 2 more notes. Sorry, that was more than 2 notes. The new notes are pretty easy. Now, what was that? that phrase before it, it was this. And now the next phrase. That was really short. I'm gonna add. Adding a note. And now let's resolve that. Oh my goodness. All right, how does the tune go? I have no idea. Let's go back to the top and get some context. So, let's do that again to get it back in our ears. Next phrase. Alternate bowing. And then the end. How about let's do two per section, and then we'll play the whole A part. By the way, that's the whole A part. Yay! Halfway through. First section. Again. New one. Again. The end. Let's do that again. I went on. No, I didn't. Okay, again. Second section. Again. And the end. Now, how about let's loop the whole A part? Here we go. And then I just realized that I taught the first section and the second section with an overlapping note. So let's just talk about that for a second. So the first section goes... That last D is going to be the first note of the next one. So it's going to start, or it's going to sound like this. So you want to keep the flow going into the second section. I'll play that one more time. Maybe it's really obvious, I don't know. All right, let's play it in the tune. I'm sure in context it'll make more sense. Okay. Again. And then if you're looking at the music, you'll notice there's some extra notes in the last measures. So the tune ends, but it's not enough notes to fill out the measure. So the second half of the last measure of the tune is always going to be the pickup into the A part again or into the B part. So is that little pickup. So I'll just play the end with the pickup. So it starts like this.
I had a question here.
So we finished the A part, I think. Maybe this is a good time to pause and see if there's any questions, or is there any parts that need more attention?
Yeah, so there was a question here from Cindy saying, which parts are accented? And I thought that was a really good question because I'm struggling with that too. Like I'm not quite hearing the phrasing, like the...
Aha, great.
Go on.
So I believe I hope this is what past Darcy did, but let me check. So if anybody's looking at the music, you're gonna see words written: heavy, arrive, heavy, swell, breeze. Those are all gonna be your accents if you're looking at the sheet music. I think that's what you mean. I hope that's what you mean. So does that mean that we're transitioning into phrasing now before the B part? What do people think?
don't know about other people, but for me, it would be really helpful to loop the A part for a bit, because at the moment, the parts that we played separately are not connected yet.
Not connected yet. Perfect.
I have
Okay.
separate chunks right now.
Yeah, I know exactly the stage you mean.
I see some head nodding, so thanks
Great.
for moral support,
So-
people.
Phrasing is a good idea. So mostly on the first beat of the measure after grace notes. Oh, accented? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by accented. So this is where we've got jig rhythm going on. So we've got the da 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 thing happening. So the 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I guess the accented notes are going to be the 1 and the 4. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 da ba da da ba dee dum ba ba dee da ba dee ba dee da da ba dee da da dee dee da dee da dee dum ba dee da dee da 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 dum. But that would be super boring. That'd be so boring if we were to just play it. It gets repetitive, and what we want to do is we want to, whoever is listening to us, we don't want them to anticipate what we're doing, and probably the biggest goal we have is to make them smile. So if we can do something that they're like, oh, and it makes them smile, then we win. So as far as accented notes, yeah, well, let's loop the A, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the phrasing. Here we go. All right. How about now let's do a check-in.
I would like to do this at full tempo.
Speed it up.
Speed it up so then it will make proper sense.
I know, I love how Alina said that it reads more like a slow air. Or as in you can't see yourself dancing. But yeah, maybe once we bring it up to speed, it'll feel more, you'll feel like dancing. Okay, that's our goal, guys. Get Alina to dance. All right, so how about this? So we're going. So let's go a little bit faster. I'm sorry, guys. All right.
There we go. That was somehow easier to follow.
Yeah, sometimes when the slowing it down can be really great, but it can also mess you up entirely. So that's a great thing you bring up there. I don't know if any of you have found this, but sometimes I'll be beating my head against a tune, like I have it at 25% speed and it's not coming together, and then you just say to heck with it and you speed it up and suddenly everything falls into place. So definitely try playing your tunes at all speeds. It's all part of the learning process. All right, shall we learn the B part? Are we ready? I see heads nodding and thumbs up. Woohoo! Here we go. All right, so first, in order to get to the B, we need our little bridge from the A. That's kind of our little last turnaround from the A part. And now we're gonna walk up from that E. And that brings us to our B part, so. One more time. Here we go. I'm gonna add notes. New part? add a note. Weird bowing. There we go. I'm gonna add a note. Let's go back to the beginning of the B so we don't lose that first phrase. So first phrase goes. Again. The new phrase. I love this because it sounds like people are having a conversation. Like somebody just said something and now here's the response. And then how about the next response? I'll add a couple notes. And a couple more notes. And then the end, which is basically just a scale. Starting from your E. And then the phrase that we already know. So from the scale. Whoa, that was weird. Okay, how about let's play the B part disjointedly playing each section twice. So the first section, to remind you all, goes like this. Again. Next section. Next part. And then the scale. Again from the beginning. Scale. All right, do we have any questions or should we just loop that B? I see the sign for a loop.
Loop the bee.
I see many signs for loops. Let's do it.
You'll make that on the slow side and then speed up.
We can do that. Mm-hmm.
Speed up right away.
The snowball effect.
Yeah.
Sorry. Somebody asked if we could play it from the pickup. Let's do that. That's how it goes. We'll do it a little bit slower. Here we go. Stop us right there. The last measure of the B, it goes right into the B part again. Where did we start? Now lost. Yes, exactly. This is confusing. So the last measure of the B part, it kind of feels like it drops us off in the middle of outer space, and it's because that's the pickup to the A, or the B part, and the A part as well. Or into the A. It is interesting phrasing. I really like it. It's a little bit different. And as Eric mentioned, that this is a wonderful tune, but it would be a challenge for a caller. So bear that in mind. I guess depending on how much you like your caller, you can mess with their minds. Or be nice. Okay, so let's loop that again. How about just from the pickup? Let's do from the pickup from the A, and then we're just gonna loop from the regular B ending. So go right back into the B. So starting from, here we go, and. With the first couple notes of the A part, because why not? Because we want resolution. All right, do we have any questions? Any questions? I am
question
doing something
about groove. Like, what's the sort of tiny micro rhythm? I don't know how to explain it, but like, is it all straight eighth notes, or are they moved around a bit in the?
Ooh, that's a really great question. We can talk a little bit more about that tomorrow, because I think that goes to along with the phrasing. But
Right.
The short answer, because we could talk forever about it, and we will talk tomorrow. But the short answer is I am being a little bit loose with the eighth notes. The general feel is a the other so then I'm being a little bit loose. Like sometimes I will hold back. I'll have like a little bit of a limped feel. That type of feel. But if I played that the whole way through, then people would probably vomit because it's too repetitive. So what I like to do is my bass line is this dakata 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 dakata, and I have a very straight rhythm as my bass. And then I will add these little splashes of. Maybe it's like a happy medium, but you want to play between the two. You don't want to always swing really hard, and you don't necessarily want to be straight all the time. I think that makes the music feel more playful and definitely more authentic.
We only have technically a minute, although I don't think there's a class after this.
No, there's a lunch.
There's a lunch.
There's a lunch.
but people are asking for a whole loop of the tune, so maybe we could.
Okay, we should do a whole loop of the tune. I appreciate the cat that just zoom bombed the screen. Thank you. I miss my cat. Okay. The full tune, let's go from the A part. If you don't remember, that's how it starts. And tomorrow we'll talk about ornaments and phrasing for sure. Here we go. One more time. Yay! All right. I guess that's it for today, but please come back tomorrow and we can talk about all the fun bits like ornaments and phrasing, what it's all about.
Yeah.
Love these two tunes, Darcy. They're just so different.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank
Really
you.
With you.
They're some of my favorite tunes.
Thanks a lot, Darcy.
Oh, we
Thank-
have a dog on the screen too. Oh.
Thank you.
Bingo.
Thank you, Darcy.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Darcy.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Have a nice dinner and see you tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's dinner time for me. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great lunch.
I love the ornament display. It's great.
The what?
Ornament display.
Oh, fabulous. We'll talk about ornaments tomorrow.